Before the procedure, I was having quite a bit of sinus pressure, congestion, drainage. I was having sinus infections maybe 3 to 4 times a year. Every time required antibiotics. I would typically complete a course of antibiotics, be okay for a few weeks, and then have to go back on antibiotics again. And I have taken multiple pharmacologic treatments or medications. Literally every decongestant that is on the market, antihistamine nasal spray, whether it be a steroid nasal spray or an antihistamine or a decongestant nasal spray, long-term antibiotics. At one point I was on antibiotics for a 4-week period. With that I was also typically on oral steroids as well. On and on as far as the antibiotics are concerned. And again, this is something that I've been dealing with most of my life, so I would come off of the antibiotics for a few weeks to only have to go right back on them again, and it seemed like there was really no end to it. The steroids have a very undesirable side effect. They tend to make me have insomnia, be irritable, just not feel very good in general. The antibiotics always have gastrointestinal side effects. My stomach always felt upset. And again, it was something that was ongoing. The decongestants make me feel jittery, but then the antihistamines, even if they're supposed to be non-drowsy, still would make me very drowsy. So always the side effects. I decided to have the balloon dilation because it was actually around the end of May, beginning of June. I developed another sinus infection, and I had actually just come off of antibiotics about 3 weeks prior to that. And I just finally thought, enough. During the actual dilation, you do feel a little bit of pressure, really no pain though. You do hear a little bit of crackling as the bones are dilated. But again, Dr. Gould, he prepped me for that, so I knew that I was going to be hearing that, feeling it. So there was nothing that I was thinking in my mind, oh my gosh, what is going on here? Because I already knew exactly what was occurring. I have had my wisdom teeth removed, and I remember my wisdom teeth being removed as much more uncomfortable. Not just post-operatively, but even weeks afterwards. So much less discomfort when comparing it to that. I returned to normal activities in less than 24 hours after the procedure. I had the procedure on a Friday afternoon and was at work the next morning around 7 a.m. Following the procedure, I was able to sleep so much better than prior to the procedure. And that was actually something I noticed within a week of the procedure. I remember waking up with a refreshed feeling, going about my morning activities and feeling like I actually had energy. The procedure affected my quality of life in a positive way. Just, again, the little things like being able to breathe easily without feeling like you're exerting yourself makes you feel less frustrated, energized. It just gives you an overall sense of well-being and happiness. You really take for granted the ability to just breathe through your nose easily. Without it, you're not going to sleep well. And just, again, the little things like being able to sleep good, wake up in the morning, feel energized. It just puts you in such a better mood for the entire day.